I don't know if it's just oversaturation, I don't know if it's overconsumption or people wanting to stand up against overconsumption or what, but there just seems to be so many different brands now that have just fallen off, or their expectations and their price points are just so ridiculously high, especially in a worldwide cost of living crisis, that no one wants to shop with them, no one wants to buy the products. The first brand that I think of when it comes to falling off and just where did they go would be Revlon. Back when I was in high school, so that was a good 11 years ago now, I used to see Revlon everywhere. It was up there with Maybelline and Max Factor. They were like three of the main brands that you kind of saw, other than MAC, of course. MAC was everywhere, and rightly so, because MAC, amazing. So Revlon I used to see loads of. To be perfectly honest, it was a brand that I was never interested in really, so I didn't buy much from them. I think I bought like a couple of eyebrow pencils and lipstick. Towards like 2018 I noticed that there weren't many Revlon things sold where they used to be sold, like Boots for example. Big Tesco, which is what I call the bigger version of Tesco, which is a store in the UK. I'm sure you know about Tesco. And I always thought like, is it on its way out? But we still see it today. We still see things from Revlon. I still see them out on the shelves in Boots and Superdrug and places like that, but I never see any advertisements for it. The marketing side of Revlon is nowhere to be seen. And I find it so strange, because for such a big brand that's been around more or less as long as I can remember, I think it's just really strange. You just don't hear anything from them. Kind of similar to Drunk Elephant though, like they're another brand that seem to have just disappeared. And I know with TikTok and Instagram there are times where that brand will be really spoke about, really hyped up, everyone's loving the products and they've just kind of discovered it for the first time. But I feel like Drunk Elephant was more than that. I don't feel like it was just an overhyped brand. I feel like their products really are good. They are at the higher price point, of course, we know that, they are a more luxurious brand, but you get what you pay for most of the time. Again, they're another brand that just don't seem to be anywhere. They're just like off the radar completely. There's been no advertisements that I've seen. The main brands that I see advertisements for on TV, on Instagram, on YouTube, online in general are Max Factor, Maybelline and L'Oreal. I don't see any other brand have an advertisement. I literally don't see advertisements from any other brand, and I find it so weird. I find it so strange. I understand that not every single makeup brand is going to have the budget to do massive campaigns and advertisements, but you'd expect way more brands to have better marketing in place. And I just don't know, like, are you hiring the wrong people, or is there something else going on? So another brand I am going to put under this falling off category is e.l.f. That is all their own fault. We've got some brands that just don't do any marketing, and then we've got e.l.f. whose marketing team need a serious word with themselves. e.l.f. who use the wrong people in their advertisements and their campaigns. People who don't even make sense. Matt Rife. I do have a video about e.l.f.'s little campaign that they did that no one's happy with, and everyone has decided see you later. As far as e.l.f. are concerned, they've made the bed, they can lie in it. They used a complete arsehole, in my opinion, for their campaign. And then when they're basically pushed into putting an apology out, it's just words. There's no apology in it. They're basically saying, sorry, we're not sorry. Sorry that your feelings have been hurt, but we don't care. is what they're saying. Sorry that you've been a victim of domestic violence. That isn't our problem, is what they're saying. Making light of anything to do with domestic violence, anything to do with that kind of violence, or violence in general, stay away. Take yourself somewhere else. We're not interested. What kind of sick joke is this? Why would you think that's funny? All these brands that are doing the most to get viral, to get some attention on the new products, new campaigns, new advertisements, new releases, whatever the case is, you're doing it the wrong way. Stop rage baiting. Stop pissing people off deliberately to sell your products. We're not good with it. We don't like it. And it's so annoying just having to repeat yourself all the time with it. The same thing is said time and time again to all these brands, and they're just not absorbing any information. They're not absorbing the feedback. They're not taking any of it on board. They're just doing what they like and getting away with it because they know there are so many people that are going to keep their business afloat, no matter what they do. But one thing I can assure you is that I will not be buying into this bullshit. Ugh. Honestly, like, it's 2025. Have you not got any better ideas to sell your products? Have you not got any better marketing strategies? If you don't, hire new people. Hire people who are capable to do that job. Because who you've got working for you now just is not it. There's just something not right going on there, and I don't... e.l.f. byeeee. And just like e.l.f, I feel like there's many other brands that have done the same thing. It's like rage baiting, pissing people off, pissing your customers off to get a sale. Why can't you do something nice? Something really good and really pure-hearted that makes everyone talk about it? Why does it have to be something so negative? Next is Revolution, and there's 6 billion different extensions of the same brand. It is getting beyond a joke with them. It is just, it's draining. The amount of different branches of the same brand as it alone is enough to drive me insane. There are too many. The quality, focus on your quality of makeup and products before you start trying to branch out doing all these different things, because the quality is not there. Okay, I'm gonna hold your hand now, Revolution. The quality is not there. Your eyeshadows 9 times out of 10 are chalky. That ain't great. We are now at a point in life, in the world, where your eyeshadows should not be chalky. We're not living in the 1800s. And I feel like it's such a money-hungry, money-grabbing brand. Why? Have you dedicated so much time, energy and resources into making these extensions of one single brand when you haven't even perfected Revolution? And then they have the audacity for one of these extensions of their brand to be called Revolution Pro. Sorry? Pro? Pro is implying that you are professionals, that you are making makeup for professionals, implying that these are products for makeup professionals. I am telling you now, I don't know one single makeup artist, professional makeup artist, that would use Revolution on a daily basis and have it in their kit. They might like the odd few products, but I don't know anyone who would actually put it in their makeup kit. Why? Because they're shite. It is mind-blowing to me how you would think it's a good idea in any world, any alternate dimension. It is wild how you think branching out is the right thing to do before perfecting your brand. You haven't perfected it. It's shite. There's been a handful of products, if that I have liked from Revolution. A handful. Less than 5. 5 is being very generous. And they've usually been something really simple like lip gloss. Revolution Pro. God damn. God damn. Sigma Beauty, Juvia's Place, they are a couple of brands that haven't fallen off. I love them, I think they're beautiful. The eyeshadow with Juvia's Place, phenomenal. But I just feel they need to be doing more too with the marketing. They need to be doing more when it comes to advertising and getting the name back out there. When YouTube first started back in like 2011, beauty YouTube, I remember literally everybody using Sigma brushes, Juvia's Place things. I'm sure I don't know if that came on a bit later. Morphe. We need to get back to those times when overconsumption was not a thing. People weren't just buying to hoard or collect or for the shock value in videos. It genuinely was a different vibe back then. Even in 2016-15, it was just such a different time. Better. There wasn't as much judgment. People were just creating makeup looks for fun because it was fun, not because they were trying to go viral or they were trying to be controversial. It was just such a better time. Fast forward almost a decade and things are so different. Brands have hopped on this bandwagon of trying to just do anything they can to sell the product, doing too much all the time to try and sell their products. If your brand is good and people know and trust it and love it, your products are going to sell regardless. Stop using rage bait and pissing people off, your customers, to try and sell things. It's not okay. And to be honest, it's really annoying. It's just annoying. And actually the only people who they're going to hurt is themselves in the end, because people are going to see through this. There is going to be a day where people are going to think, fuck this, I don't want to do it anymore. Why am I giving my hard-earned money to a brand that has no ethics, no morals and no respect for their customers? Now that's probably just e.l.f.'s case. I think the rest of the brands that we spoke about today just kind of need more marketing. They need better strategies. They need maybe a better team, or they just need to really push themselves, because I would hate to see some of our favourite brands just fall off, like Becca Cosmetics and KVD Beauty and all those that just seem to have dissipated. It would be a shame, but let's be honest, the beauty industry is a multi-billion-pound industry. And we aren't going anywhere. When I say we, I mean all of the customers who are obsessed with makeup. We'll keep it alive. I just wanted to share my thoughts on it and what I think is going on at the moment. I know I'm a bit all over, I'm a bit chaotic like that, but yeah, that is all for today's video. If you have any suggestions on future videos that you want to see coming up, then let me know in the comments. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe if this channel is your vibe. Love you. Bye. Mwah.